Today we will discuss an important issue in employment law, which is workplace discrimination. Before we begin, my name is Sofia Enara and I will be your host for today. Now, I would like to introduce our panel member for today's discussion. First, we have our lawyer from Malaysia, Ms. Shahmi, and also we have our international lawyer, Mr. Tiago, and we have our victim, Ms. Zuri, and lastly, we have our law student from MSU, Ms. Kaisara. Before we continue with our discussion, we will watch a short video related to our topic for today. So without further ado, let's watch the video.
I've worked here for 6 years now. Only that I completed my leadership training and also got consistently highest performance rating. That is why I'm so excited for this opportunity.
I hope the company choose the person who most qualified.
Thank you for applying. After carefully consideration, we have decided to promote Adam as the new team leader. Congratulations!
Thank you, I appreciate this opportunity.
Excuse me, Mrs. Lee, may I know why I wasn't selected? My performance, reviews, and my qualifications are higher. Why? I'm so disappointed.
Sarah, you are an excellent employee. However, this leadership position is demanding, and we believe a man is more suitable because they can handle all the pressure and travel more easily.
Sarah, that's not fair. Your qualifications are clearly better than Adam.
But I worked very hard for this opportunity. I feel like I was just because I'm only a woman, not because of my abilities.
I'm so disappointed.
If an employee believes they have been treated unfairly because of the gender, this may raise an issue of workplace discrimination. Employers should know their right under the law.
Before we begin, let's understand what workplace discrimination means. This refers to unfair treatment based on factors such as gender, race, religion, or nationality. It can happen in hiring, promotion, salary, or termination. For example, denying someone a promotion because of their gender despite being qualified can be discrimination. Today, we'll discuss the issue from the Malaysian legal, international, victim, and law student perspective. Now, let's begin our discussion. Let's look at workplace discrimination from the Malaysian perspective. Ms. Shami, as a lawyer from Malaysia, could you explain to us what workplace discrimination means in Malaysia?
Alright, so from the Malaysian legal perspective, workplace discrimination happens when an employee is treated less favorably because of a particular characteristic such as gender, rather than based on their qualification, performance, or ability to do the job. So in our short film, the female employee was denied a promotion despite having a better qualification than her male colleague. And having better qualifications alone does not prove that gender discrimination. So employers generally have the discretion to decide who gets promoted, and the real question is whether gender influence the decision making. So for example, if the employer choose the male employee just because they believe that men are more suitable for leadership position, then this could raise our concern of gender discrimination. So in our situation, we shall look at either why the male colleague was selected and the legitimate reason behind the employee's decision.
Thank you, Ms. Shami, for your explanation. It helped us to understand about workplace discrimination more better. But how about workplace discrimination from an international perspective? Mr. Tiago, could you explain about it?
The main point is that ILO Convention number 111 promotes equality and prohibits discrimination in employment, including discrimination based on sex. Promotion should be based on qualification, ability, experience, and suitability rather than gender stereotypes.
Thank you, Mr. Tiago, for your explanation. Malaysia and international have a different perspective for workplace discrimination. Can both of you give any case that related to start with Miss Shamin first?
Okay, so one of the Malaysian case that I can relate to gender discrimination is the case of Nur Fadila Ahmad Saitun versus Sheikh Basirin. So basically in this case, Nur Fadila was selected for a temporary teaching position. However, after the authority found out that she was pregnant, her appointment was withdrawn, and the High Court found that the treatment was amounted to gender discrimination on certain grounds, including gender. And the High Court has discussed this under Article 8, Subsection 2 of the Federal Constitution, and the court also considered that Malaysian obligation under the Convention of the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. So although this case will involve pregnancy rather than promotion, it is relevant to our short film because it shows that gender-based assumptions should not be used to disadvantage a person in employment opportunities.
I have heard about Nur Fadila case before. It's very popular case that happened in Malaysia regarding gender discrimination, and Article 8 subsection 2 also play a very important role in this case. What about the case from international as well, Mr. Tiago? Can you share with us?
The case Chief Constable of West Yorkshire Police vs. Khan 2001 shows that discrimination law can protect employers from unfair treatment in employment matters. In Sarah's situation, she was more qualified, but the company chose a man because they believed a man was more suitable for the leadership position. This may amount to gender discrimination because the decision was influenced by gender than merit.
Wow, this is my first time I have been heard about this case. Your explanation is very good, but I have a question. I want to ask you, what are the difference between Malaysian approach and international standard in dealing with a workplace discrimination?
In Malaysia, Section 69F of the Employment Act 1955 provides a legal for employers to raise complaint about workplace discrimination. Internationally, the ILO promotes a broader principle of equal opportunity and fair treatment in employment, including promotion. Therefore, both Malaysian and international standards support workplace equality, but Malaysian provide a domestic legal process, while the ILO provide a broader international standard. The main principle is that promotion should be based on merit, ability, and experience, not gender.
Thank you, Mr. Tiago, for the clear explanation. This shows that workplace discrimination is not only a local issue, but also an important issue at the international level. Thank you again, Ms. Shamin and also Mr. Tiago. Now, we have moved on to Ms. Zuri and also Ms. Kasara. So, Ms. Zuri, this is your first time, right?
Yes, this is my first time.
It's okay, you can just relax and feel free to share your opinion here. So, you are an employee at a company and have been a victim of a workplace discrimination, right? Can you share your experience and feeling that you had to face during the incident?
Honestly, I feel so disappointed and frustrated. I had worked for this company for 6 years, and then I complete my leadership training, and I always get a high performance of rating. So I believe that I had a fair chance to getting this promotion, and what even hurt me the most was I find out that this decision was influenced by gender rather than my qualification and abilities. So it made me feel very, very sad, and even no matter how hard I worked, it was still not enough because being a woman was still seen as a disadvantage.
Wow, your experience shows us that workplace discrimination can have a serious impact not only on a person's career, but also on their confidence and well-being. But do you believe that this decision was unfair?
I believe that this decision is very, very unfair for me because I was not even assessed based on my qualification, performance, and even my experience. So instead of, the manager assumed that a man would be more suitable for that position because of he could handle all this pressure and can travel easily. So in my view, that is a gender stereotype rather than an objective employment decision. So this is also relevant to section 69F of the Employment Act 1950, which allows that employee to raise disputes relating to the discrimination in employment. So there have also been Malaysian cases involving allegation of gender discrimination, such as UMW Industry Sdn Bhd versus Tay Hyong Kin, where a female employee claimed that she had been subjected to unfair labor practice and gender discrimination. So from my perspective as the victim, I believe that the promotion should have been decided based on my merit and my ability, not assumption about my gender.
Thank you, Missouri, for sharing your experience. I agree that promotion should be based on merit and ability, not gender stereotype. You also highlight the importance of Section 69F and UMW Industry case. Next, our last panel is Ms. Kaisara for joining us here. I would like to ask you a few questions from your perspective as a law student. Why is workplace equality important for both employees and employers?
Alright, thank you Sophia for asking the question. I believe the workplace equality is important for both employee and employer because every employee should be given a fair opportunity regardless of their gender or personal circumstance. For employees, equality creates a fair and a respectful working environment where they can develop their skills, feel value and have equal opportunity for promotion and career development. So it also gives employee greater confidence and motivation to contribute the organization.
But how about employers?
For employers, treating employees equally can improve motivation, productivity, teamwork and trust in workplace. It can also help employers retain talented employees to create a positive workplace culture while maintaining a good reputation. But at the same time, it can reduce also workplace dispute and legal risk. So, in Malaysia, there is also supported by Section 69 Clause F of the Employment Act 1955, where the discrimination in employment, which provide a mechanism for employees to raise a complaint relating to the discrimination in employment. Therefore, workplace equality is not only about protecting the employees, but it also benefit to all employers by creating a more productive, fair and sustainable working environment.
I completely agree that workplace equality is very important for both employees and employers. When everyone is treated fairly and given equal opportunities, it can create a more positive working environment. And can you give one case or article that happened in Malaysia related with workplace discrimination?
Yes, one Malaysian case related to workplace discrimination is A.A. Sheikh Berhad versus Rafiza Shima. This case involved Rafiza Shima, an employee of AirAsia, and the issue is related to the pregnancy and discrimination in employment. This case is relevant in our topic because it is discussed how the pregnancy can affect a woman's treatment and the right in the workplace. So the case is also important because it raised the issue of the gender discrimination and the protection available to female employees in Malaysia. Therefore, this case shows why workplace equality is important, especially in ensuring that women are not unfairly treated because of their pregnancy and gender.
Yes, that's very important point. A fair workplace benefit for everyone, not only employees but also employers. I believe our discussion today has helped us understand workplace discrimination from a different perspective. To conclude today's episode, topic workplace discrimination is one of the serious issues that can be affect a person's career. Today, all the explanation from all the panels help us to learn about Malaysian law, international standard and real-life experience of discrimination. Most importantly, everyone deserves to be treated fairly and equally, regardless of their gender, race, religion, age, disability or other personal characteristics. Before we end today's episode, I would like to say a big thank you to all of our panels members, Ms. Shamin, Mr. Tiago, Ms. Zuri and also Ms. Kaisara for today joining us, for sharing a knowledge, experience and opinion with us today. Your contribution has made our discussion more meaningful and interesting. Thank you once again for being part of Justice Unlocked podcast for today. Lastly, I would also like to thank all of our audience for spending your time with us and listening to today's podcast. We truly appreciate for your support and hope that you can gain a better understanding. If you have any questions about our discussion, feel free to email us. We will be happy to hear from your answer and questions. Thank you for listening to Justice Unlocked podcast and we hope to see you again in our next episode. Bye-bye.
Hey, it's a good day to be. Anybody if your name is me. Shout out on the rooftop shamelessly. I love her and she loves me.